Well, you see, Joe, I got all my ideas from the great Bobby Valla. Have you heard of him? He is the world's furthermost authority on the action figure industry, and really all industries in the world. I imagine when we colonize Mars, Bobby will be the one to establish the first action figure production factory there on the Red Planet. Also, Joe, I don't know if you had seen it, but Mr. Valla also has an enormous wiener. Truly, it's massive. The largest wiener of all time. He's a great man. Bobby is a great man. And he had all the ideas for Star Wars and everything.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everybody, to the Wednesday live stream. I'm your host, Laserpants, also known as Ryan. I have a very special guest tonight. I'm sure you all remember him. He was on just actually a few weeks ago. He is teen sensation, comic artist, legend, Alex Sanchez. What's going on, man?
How's it going? Teen sensation.
What was this?
That's the Wolfpack sign.
Oh, okay.
For the Wolfpack theme.
Just the way you were doing it looked a little,
like that. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So, I mean, it's kind of your brand now.
Is it? I thought I was a teen sensation.
You are, yeah. I like your hair. You got a new hairstyle. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, did it just for you.
Is that a Jersey mullet?
It's not a mullet. It's just slipped back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Out of the shower, dude.
Sweet. Oh.
Yeah.
You were just showering, huh?
I was.
Oh. All right.
Disgusting. What happened is one of the new toys that I'm going to show off today, I was opening it up and one of the pieces went flying. And I was like, it was like literally like 40 minutes before the show. So I was like sweating, looking all over the place, sweeping up, and I found it though.
You buy expensive toys too. So that's probably like $100 part.
Yeah. And it was a tiny little part too. So.
All right. Well, we've got a packed show tonight. We're going to be talking about some Super 7 stuff, maybe a little bit of toy news at the end. A few things popped up I want to talk about. But first, Alex, we should go to the chat. Kaiju Daddy says, wait, no invite again? Come on, Alex.
I don't send out the invites on this show. I'm just a guest.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be on the show with me right now, Kaiju, anyways. The Knicks are playing the Celtics, and I know you're from Boston, and I'd probably take out all my frustration on you because they're losing.
Why do you say Kaiju?
Well, last time I said his name, and I think you yelled at me.
No, it's Kaiju.
Kaiju, come on.
Kaiju, like you draw Kaiju in comic books sometimes.
Yeah,
I
say them both ways. I can say Kaiju also.
All right, we got a super chat from Zakanen. Thank you, Zakanen. He says, rumbles into the stream, slapping a tariff on the like button. Yes, please do. Please do hit that like button, everybody. Now, Alex, I know you were on a few weeks ago. You've been on this channel a few times, a couple times. I like to do a little segment on the Wednesday shows. Are you familiar with that segment?
Is Jim Carrey about to make an appearance?
I mean, it's just a little segment.
Yeah.
You know the name of it?
Yeah. Let me
And
show
it
you
is?
something.
Let me show you something! Let me show you something! Let me show you something! Let me show you something!
It's like pulling teeth with you, Alex. You're just supposed to say it, and then I hit the video, and then it plays, and then we go on to show our new pickups for the week.
I know. I like to drag it out and make you sweat a little bit, though.
Oh, okay. That's all right. I will convince you of something ridiculous, and you will believe it's true later on in the
Yes.
show.
It's payback is what it is.
And then I will tell you I'm kidding. That's not real. And then you'll say, what? You lied to me again.
Yeah, and I'm like, stop it.
Yeah. So, Alex, you were just talking about your haul. What'd you get this week?
I got 3 choice pieces today. Straight from Japan. The first piece is the Star Wars Celebration exclusive Galen Urso Hot Toys.
Oh, that's
Yeah, see? Wait, yeah, Celebration.
that's a super exciting action figure.
It is.
Hey, Mom, can I get the new Galen Urso action figure to go with my Darth Vader? It's a guy in a jumpsuit.
Dude, I love like all the lieutenants and the officers of the Empire. I got them all. Gotta have this guy.
Yeah. He's like an Imperial research officer or something. He designed the Death Star, and he designed a butthole in the Death Star.
Yes,
to
he's a
sink
scientist, isn't he? I don't know if he's a researcher
Well, he's a scientist, whatever.
or a mechanical engineer or something. Somebody in the chat will know what he is. But yeah,
Yeah.
great tailoring, really smooth. You can see I still have the plastic because I just took him out of the box.
Zakane is not crazy. about how you say it.
Galen. Yeah.
Now, this is from Kaiju Daddy. He shipped those over. I'm not supposed to say that because you
I got it
smuggled them in the
last time.
country
No, I mean
under false pretenses.
I'm sure he has friends higher on the pecking order, and why would he send stupid toys to?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Kaiju Kitty. No, I'm saying it. Kaiju.
Kaiju.
Kaiju Kitty.
And moving on.
Fine. I don't care. What else? What other crappy hot toy? Ooh, that one's cool.
Got the this was the one I was looking forward to the most out of the two. This is the Darth Maul concept design. If you guys are familiar with the Phantom Menace featurette where they're showing the production of Episode 1, this is a pretty famous concept design that's been out there. So yeah, that's show you the real thing.
Now, oh, okay. He looks like he's from Tatooine. Sith need to be dressed in black.
Well, this is prior to maybe this was prior to that rule being firmly established.
I like
Or
that.
maybe this is like before he became like a Sith. Maybe this is like his apprentice. I don't know.
I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah, I am too. But I think it's still a cool looking. It's got kind of like a Dune sand weathered,
Like random Star Trek planet from Next Generation costume, Darth Maul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
True Star Screamer says, funny, he doesn't look kaiju-ish. That's a Spaceballs reference.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So there's that, and then
Oh, Nicotrona says that's the Ian McCaig design.
Ian McCaig
Yeah.
from Fugazi.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways,
That's not Ian McCaig. That's Ian.
McKay. I know.
Yeah.
And I got this yesterday off of Facebook Marketplace for $300. I couldn't pass up the deal.
I hate you. Look at that. The Mezco
Mezco
Rangers.
112 Power Rangers core set. And listen, you guys know I love my hot toys, my 1/6 figures, my custom 1/6 stuff.
Yeah.
This set, man, I'll say it beats about half of the 1/6 stuff I have. It is just like, especially like the chicks, like the Yellow Ranger and the Pink Ranger.
Mhm.
Metal skeleton,
Yeah.
superposable.
That's their new female body. Yeah.
Look at that ab crunch, man.
I know. It's crazy. Now, listen.
And I mean, hands, of course, accessories got a ton of hands, extra head sculpts. But the weapons, I mean, it's just schlock loaded with like their pistols, their personal weapons, blast effects, just like what do you call those? Weapon blast, whatever.
Blast effects.
Yeah, did I say that?
Lasers.
Lasers.
Freaking lasers.
Freaking lasers, arrows. It's got stands. Although the Mesco stands, I'm not too crazy about. But
Mesco stands are too big.
yeah, they're super big.
Yeah.
I still have the 3016 Rangers. I think I might have showed them off as one of my top 10 figures a few years ago or last year. And I'm selling those, and I'm going like 112 for the Power Rangers stuff that I buy now, like the Lightning Collection, because it serves two purposes for me. I can have the 112 figures and the monsters and the Zords that are also 112, but I could also double the Zords and the monsters for my Godzilla and my diorama that I have, like a city diorama that I'm working on. So I was like, let me get rid of the 1/6 stuff, Power Rangers, and get into the 112. So I love this set so much.
Hey, yo, Frankie says I'm so hard right now. Damn.
It's so good. I'm on the lookout for the Green Ranger and the White Ranger.
I have both of those.
You do? Yeah, there's a dude I'm talking to.
But I didn't get the box set. I was like, I just want Tommy Oliver. And now I regret it because I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Listen, if you see another set for $300, you let me know.
It was a dude on Facebook.
I don't care.
Marketplace.
Let's say you see another one for $300. You say, hello, Laser Pants.
Yeah.
$300.
Time Marker Toys has it for $400, which is where I was going to get it before I found this deal, but I haven't seen it. This is the only place I've seen it for $300.
Toy Gain says, I know a guy selling a command center. Have you seen that? Have you seen the command center that Duarte Studios is making?
No, like Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Center? No, you got to send me a
You
link.
don't watch this channel. My God.
Dude,
Okay.
I mean, I watch it, but I mostly I don't watch it all in one sitting, but I do watch it. I just don't remember. I have bad memory.
Yeah, you're too busy doing your hair.
Send me a link for that, though, because I was literally looking at the vintage command center, and it's kind of small for these guys.
No, this one is to scale, and it's interior and exterior.
Is he doing like a run, or is it made to order?
Well, he closed pre-orders.
Damn it!
Like I think he's making 5 or something, but
Maybe
I don't actually know how many he's making.
Yeah. All right. But there, just quickly, there is an old, like 10, 15-year-old Sentai Go Ranger set, which was the first Power Rangers in Japan.
We know what Sentai is. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the first ones from 1975, they have like a 112 set. Goes for like anywhere from $600 to $900, man. That's what I'm on the lookout for next.
If you're gonna spend that kind of money, wouldn't you rather get one in scale for like $2,000?
It is in scale. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
like because these aren't exactly 112. Well, they are 112. It's 112. So yeah, the I think it's called Hyper Hero. I think that's a Metacom sublicense, like a subset of the Metacom Real Action Heroes. So it's 112. Got to get that.
Gotcha. Let's see here.
I'm done.
That's it.
Yep.
It's pretty sweet, man. I'm kind of jealous of that Ranger set.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I'll track one down at a toy show. I went to a toy show last weekend, man. As a vendor.
Yeah, I told me you did pretty well.
I did. I sold a bunch of stuff. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Harry O says LP show him the dial. Not right now. It's gonna throw the whole show off course. We've got a main topic to get to, but check out Duarte Studios.
I will.
But anyway, I went to a toy show. Did great. So I did buy a couple of things for myself. One of which this is kind of a if you know you know type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Gotham, the Diamond Select Gotham TV show Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this has become incredibly rare, and I don't know why, because these were like sitting around at Toys R Us back in the day on clearance, which is where I got my first one. But I think the reason why this is so coveted is because of this awesome bookshelf diorama piece that it comes with. Right? I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
This regularly sells for upwards of $100. At the toy show, a dude just had it chilling there on his table with the $15 price tag on it.
15,
So I snatched,
wow.
yeah, so I snatched it up just for that bookcase. Yeah, the accessories are great. Like this line had the best accessories. Like Victor Zsasz came with a dumpster. Barbara Keene came with the Arkham gate. The Arkham, it's on the back there. Which I have those already.
Are you a fan of the show, or do you just
No.
want it for the accessories?
No, the show sucks.
Hmm.
But I do like the accessories that come with these. So I got that. And then, since I did really well and I sold a bunch of stuff, I kind of treated myself a little bit to something a little pricey. I mean, it wasn't that bad, considering the amount of money I spend on this garbage. But I'm just going to try to flip this light on before I show it. But I've been eyeballing this thing for a little bit, and a guy had it for basically retail, and I think it's sold out everywhere. But it is the Boring Toys. So you can imagine it's third party. Boring Toys. Batman the Dark Knight Armory.
Did it come with the Batsuit in there?
Yes, that's the Batsuit. It lights up. All these little
Wow.
drawers and things like slide out here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's almost like a mini Hot Toys. They made one too.
Right. And then even the back, let me turn this around. I don't want anything to fall out, but the back opens up. See,
Weapons can come out?
The Batsuit is static. There's no articulation. It's just an empty Batsuit.
Shell.
The back opens up. All these little gadgets and stuff, a lot of them pop out and you can use them. So yeah, you know, it's got the light up feature. See the lights?
Yeah, it looks sweet, man.
Yeah, put that back in there. So I got that. That was my big purchase at the toy show. And then I got in some I bought this on a whim, and it is cool. It was just in stock on Amazon, and I was like, let me grab it. It said delivery next day. I got the PS5 Venom, which was very expensive. It was $60, but this thing is huge. I didn't realize how big this is. This is over 10 inches tall. This PS5 Spider-Man video game Venom, right?
Did you say that was Marvel Legends, or
This is Marvel Legends, yeah.
Okay.
I really like it. It's a good figure. It was expensive. My kid, who actually plays the video game, he sees it. He's like, it looks too lanky. Like, Venom didn't look like that in the game. He's too tall and lanky, Dad. So after I backhanded him for disrespecting me, I said, you think so, son? And he said, yes. I said, okay. So, but it's cool. It's got like little drool piece that goes in his mouth. Yeah. So I got an oversized Venom. And then in the mail today from Earl Potts. Shout out to Earl. He is I'm not going to show that side of it. His business card here, but it has his phone number on it, so I won't show that, but unless he wants me to. But that's the back of his business card. Shout out to Earl. He picked this up for me at, I think, New Jersey Toy Con. This is the Mythic Legion's Legend. Yeah, the Legendary Barbarian, the exclusive.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, so I got that. It looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, they can do no wrong.
No, they can.
Oh, yeah.
I got that. Oh, this one I didn't even open yet. This package also came today from another YouTuber. Have you heard of him? His name is Action Figure Atorium.
No.
Mark Major. So he has a video series on his channel that's about like stuff that he wants to get rid of or maybe keep. So he'll talk about it on his channel, and then if he decides he doesn't want it, he throws it up on his eBay. So he threw this up on his... I got some freebies here. Okay, I got some comics. Shout out to Mark. I got Mickey and Goofy comic. I got let's see here. Doing a little unboxing here. Mickey and Goofy. This is a DC comic. What is this one? Supergirl. The cover on that. Who drew that?
Looks like it's a Copper Age, maybe Silver Age. 1980s.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Someone in the chat, Drew, said Bubble Bobble. I could tell it was an older 90s or early 90s, or because it's got the advertisement for it on the back.
An X-Men 241 with the
Oh, let me see that. Let me see that
Goblin
cover.
Queen on it.
Oh, dude.
That's a cool cover.
That is the crossover storyline that you need to read if you haven't
Inferno.
already. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I've read through this stuff. And then X Factor with the Goblin Queen. X Factor 37.
Oh, that's
Right
a good
on.
one.
It's another
Walt
good cover,
Simonson.
yeah. Right on,
Simonson
dude.
writing.
Wow, thank you, Mark, for the comics. Wasn't expecting that. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm kind of far from the mic.
I can hear you.
First, Mark used packing peanuts.
Did Marvel Legends ever make a Goblin Queen, like slutty Goblin Queen?
Wow,
like
I was
that, or
not
did they-
expecting. Yes, they did for the cartoon.
Was the outfit different? I mean, was it
Yeah,
still...
she was more covered up.
Yeah.
They could have let her be scantily clad.
They got to give her that thong. The thong, thong, thong.
Let's see here. Thanos isn't. I wasn't expecting a Diamond Select or Marvel Select Thanos. A Marvel Select Thanos. Thank you, Mark. Okay, I'm gonna pull this out. I'm gonna hold on while I whip this out. Try not to get packing peanuts everywhere. This is the Fury Planet or Fury Planet. This is the albino gangbang wang Tiger Samurai. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Shall I expand?
You can expand, yeah. Oh, cool. So that's the thing that you got off his eBay?
Yeah.
Cool. Were you on the hunt for that, or you just thought it was cool?
He had a good price on it, so I grabbed it. And I didn't pick it up, when it was initially up for pre-order. When it was initially up for pre-order, I didn't buy it. I got to make sure I'm close to the mic. And then, this is the whole reason why I went to his eBay account. Mm-hmm. Based on his video. Because I wanted these. Because I had never seen these before, and they look cool. And I'm all about furniture accessories, right?
Apparently.
All right. Apparently, Jazzwares made these for Fortnite, but they're these like space age crates, right? So I got 2 of them, and he put stuff inside. Oh, he put it's Autobot Jazz.
That's not
No. This
Prowl.
is
Prowl.
Prowl. That's right. Prowl's a cop car.
Mm-hmm.
And then who is this? This is like a hovercraft guy.
Oh, yeah. That looks like a recolor of Sea Spray.
Sea Spray, okay.
Sea Spray is usually blue and yellow.
And then this one has... Oh, this is... Who's the green, like...
That is like a movie Transformer, I think. I think that's like Ironhide from the movies.
You're right. That's totally a movie Transformer head sculpt in there.
Movie Transformers.
Yeah. So shout out. Oh, you got some stickers in here. I got a Toucan Sam.
Oh.
Hopefully Jada makes him.
Can I have that?
And then a Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, can I have that?
No.
Yeah.
And then a note from Action Figure Atorium. Check him out on YouTube. Mark Major. Yeah, he's from Portland. All right. Thank you, Mark. And then, I'm not done yet.
Jeez.
I got another box today. I did a trade with a fan of the channel, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Eric. He sent me The Player 2 Guile from Street Fighter 2, Jada Toys, which I needed because these don't show up at the Targets in my area. So thank you, Eric, for that. And then he also included, I wasn't expecting this. I put it over here. Check this out.
Is that guy a chase? Or like some kind of
it's a Target exclusive.
Yeah, okay.
So he included this custom figure he made of B.A. Baracus. And it's perfect because I have the Ramen
is that a
Toy
real
van.
shirt? Like a cloth shirt?
It's a cloth shirt. Yeah, so I got
That's
B.A.
cool.
Baracus. And he also included, I don't know what this originally came with, but like a Spartan helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric. That's awesome, man. I am stoked about this B.A. Baracus because I have the Ramen Toy A-Team van.
Mm.
Now I got B.A. to put behind the wheel. Hopefully,
Has anyone ever made the other characters from the show? No.
Not since like the 80s.
Right.
I think they were what? Were they Coleco? No, Galoob. Galoob made them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. But is that all my? That's all my pickups.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
So it was a. Would we call that a light week? I guess not.
No. I mean, I only got 3 things, but they were like big ticket items, and you had a nice deck.
Pity the fool. Shut up, fool! Don't give me no back talk, sucker. Yeah.
Mama. You ever seen his music video where he sings about his mom?
Yeah, I saw it today. In fact, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's still like that. Like last time I saw him do an interview, he was all he could do was talk about his mom.
I believe he's coming to a show in my area in June, and it's very expensive. It's
like to get his autograph or something.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Yeah.
Luca Rock says predictions, pain. All right, so they're
gonna make him in that Rocky line, hopefully. That new one.
The Hyatt toys. Yeah, hopefully that'd be great. All right, let's get over to the chat. We got oh boy, look at this. We got Maximilian Tucker with 5 3POA podcast memberships. Thank you, Max. Who got those? We got Darth Stargazer, Nick Dubiouson, Bill K, Josh B, and the Dark Multiverse 24/7. Welcome to channel membership. Thanks to Maximilian Tucker. Thank you, Max. I would usually say stay tuned for the after show, but there is no after show tonight. My kid is in driver's ed, and we need to get his driving hours in. So that's what we're doing after the show.
Mm.
Yeah, he's in driver's ed, dude.
That's crazy. They're growing up
crazy.
fast. Huh?
Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you, Max. Maximilian Tucker. Everyone check out his channel. Let's see here. Tyler Lalone, thanks for the member chat. He says, let's go. How's it going, Alex?
Hey, Tyler. It's going
Tyler,
good.
long time listener, watcher?
Well, yeah, he followed us since the Infinity Equation days.
Infinity Equation, yep.
I remember I did like a giveaway and he won it, like when we were on Infinity Equation. So he's been watching for a long time.
Serenity Games Go tells me that I have QC issues on the paint from Venom. Do I? Where at? Looks pretty clean. I don't.
Let me see that lanky Venom again. Is he really lanky? I don't know.
Do I got a QC issue somewhere that I didn't notice? I might. I don't really see anything. I don't know. Oh well. If I don't notice, then I don't care.
Yeah.
Drew G says Bubble Bobble. Figure Fight Club says be careful with the knees. On what? On what? You have to be more specific because I don't get to these chats right away. That was from 7 minutes ago. With the knees on the Mythic Legions? I usually heat mine up. Master Son 42, member for 21 months. Thank you. I'm going to see Mr. T in Dallas in 2 weeks, charging $500 to sign my ramen van. Holy balls! Are you kidding me?
Outrageous.
Is that is that worth it? I don't know if that's worth it, man.
Well, maybe. I mean,
if you have to have your ramen toy van signed, then I guess it's worth it.
who knows how much longer we'll have him with us?
But will he sign unofficial merchandise? Ooh,
That's true.
you might want to check into that before you pay
Yeah,
$500.
because he's not getting a cut from that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this, Alex. You know what time it is, right?
I think so.
We got 10 3POA podcast memberships from Figure Fight Club. That's 10 memberships from Figure Fight Club. Thank you so much, Abby. Alex, you got to be into it. Don't be like Bobby. Come on.
I'm going to be just like Bobby.
Billy Beige Customs, Stacy, Ron Barr, Better Late Than Never, Ghost Stalker, Ray Carr, Darth Clueless, Arthur Spoon, John Papa Sergio, and Timothy Applegate. Welcome to channel membership. Thanks to Figure Fight Club. Come on, Alex, let's see that hair. Just shake it out. Like that. Run your hand through it. All right, fine. You're gonna ruin my good time. Thank you, Abby, for 10 memberships. It's very nice of you. Alex is an old man. He's no fun.
You're like the Carrot Top of the toy community.
I take that as a compliment. He's incredibly successful, and he still has a residency in Las Vegas. He looks weird, though.
Yeah,
Yeah. And Figure Fight Club says, it's time to party. Thank you, Abby, once again. Talib 1980 collects, member for 11 months. Thank you. He says, almost a year suckers after show on Maximilian Tucker's channel. There you go. Do the after show on Maximilian Tucker's channel. Go for it. And Max, thank you for the super chat. He says, after show on me, baby. All right. The after show is still happening just without me. But hey, good news. I'm going to make it up to you guys. Trivia night is back this Saturday after the 3POA. We will have Yojo Jerk, a Toy Gains, and Zakanen on 3POA this Saturday. And then right after Trivia night, it's back, baby. Trivia night season 2. How's that sound, Alex? You want to be a part of that?
Not this Saturday, but yes.
Okay. Another Saturday.
Yes.
Another Saturday, you will be a contestant on 3POA Trivia Night.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
That's okay. What, you got something better to do?
Yeah, I usually do like family stuff on the weekends, which is when you always ask me.
I thought I was family.
You are family.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess we'll get into this now, Alex.
Ooh.
Now that we're like, 30 minutes into the show? 33 minutes?
Yeah, that's not so bad, though.
Not too bad. I think we should start saving the pickups until after the main topic because people are going to start disappearing. But we do have 323 people watching. Thank you all so much. Please hit that like button. Some toy news hit earlier this week. Not good news. Bad news. But, we're going to talk about it because we talk about... We don't care if it's good or bad. It's toy industry stuff. We're talking about it, right? Right, Alex?
Yeah, this is funny. Who did this?
Yeah, our friends over at Super 7. Now, I got word of this before I saw anything anywhere. Someone I know in the industry hit me up and told me about a bloodbath at Super 7. And by the way, we're not celebrating it. We don't like to hear about this kind of stuff. We don't want anyone losing their jobs, obviously. No. It's not good.
No, I mean, I feel bad for the sculpt because I guess some of the sculptors were like posting on LinkedIn and social media about having lost their job. Hopefully they keep them on in the freelance capacity, but I feel bad for them.
Sure.
It's so dismissive.
Well, you're kind of rambling. I need to get the show back on track.
All right.
No. But yeah, Super 7, not going through the best of times right now. A bloodbath, and now this is after I had more people confirm with me, and it's still not confirmed. But tell me that there was a 20% across the board salary cut at Super 7, a month or so ago. And now, earlier this week, this happens with the layoffs. So, things don't seem to be going too well for Super 7. And I believe they are pointing at the tariffs for the reason behind this happening. The new tariffs on Chinese imports. However, if we go back in time a little bit, let's take a journey back in time to the not too distant past.
I had that thing.
Yeah. Super 7 has kind of gained the reputation of being very expensive, maybe low quality, maybe full of QC issues, kind of an ongoing thing. I mean, this is... Apparently, Andre the Giant is completely jaundiced, and only his chest and face here. This is just one example among many. QC issues and poor quality have been, pictures of different figures have been floating out there for a long time, and it seems to have been getting worse while prices went up. Oh man, this Hunter the Giant just stood out to me because I remember talking about this back in the day when it first came out, and
it's definitely one of their worst examples for sure.
Like, oh my god! But it wasn't just him. I mean, there was Tommy Oliver. Oh, ouch! I mean,
yeah, there. Ooh, what is that?
That's Tommy Oliver, apparently. No, at the time we were being told, well, this is based on an animated Green Ranger. Okay, guy. Sure. I mean, but you could compare it to the digital renders up top here. This is what the pre-orders were sold on, and then this is what people received down below. And again, this is one example among dozens, if not more, of issues like this over the years with Super 7. It kind of culminated, 2023, 2022, with just a glut of clearance products, mega reduced stuff sold for fractions of MSRP. Like the reaction line here, half price or $6, 70% off. This is on BBTS, $5 on BBTS, and this is like kind of popular GI Joe stuff. Cobra Troopers, Cobra Commanders here, Snake Eyes. And it also hit their Ultimates line. $11 for an Ultimate Cobra Commander, a bat, a Snake Eyes?
Yeah, I've seen that wave 1 on BBTS of Ultimates GI Joe. I think it was for $110 for the first wave.
I mean, this doesn't just happen because BBTS overordered, because it's also on Entertainment Earth, right? You got Ninja Turtles, $12.99 for an Ultimate. These are $55 retail, man.
Yeah.
Of course, you got a Funko Pop here for $1.39 off of 30. Yeah. So again, there's too many examples of this type of thing happening to even find. I know at Walmart they were down to like $10 for Ultimates, and I never see Reaction sell. I see Reaction pegworming at Ross.
Yeah.
I just don't know if there's an audience for it, man.
And they pump so much of that stuff out. I think Reaction is their biggest line by far.
So much, man. And
they should be around that $10 mark ballpark.
Tops.
Don't they go for 20, 25?
They're like $20 for a Reaction, sometimes more.
That's crazy.
Ayo Frankie says, "Be careful, LP. I'm a Super 7 glazer." What are you gonna do? What? So what? Ain't afraid of you. So this has kind of been the norm for Super 7 for quite some time, man. Yeah. And then of course they had the mothership, the Cobra mothership, for their Reaction line. The Kickstarter failed miserably.
It didn't even get halfway funded.
No.
Damn.
No. It was a total dud, man. Complete dud. So there was that, and a lot of R&D, and they had prototypes of this thing made. That ain't cheap.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't cheap. That's a big investment. J-Mac says, yo, bully pants, you want that smoke? Sure, yeah. Yeah, Jay, I want that smoke. Okay. All right, little fella. Here, I'm gonna pat you on the head. Okay, give you a cookie. There you go, buddy. Have a good day, Jay. Thanks, Jay. And then, after that mothership, well, I mean, let's just get down to today. This is a post from Kyle Wolodiga. Zakana said he has a Cosmic Legion's name. Now, I don't know this guy. I've actually only heard good things about him, and, my heart goes out to him. He got laid off. That's not good. But he says he posted this. This must have been Facebook. This is not my screenshot. This was sent to me. He says, today marks the end of my time with Super 7 alongside many other talented individuals. The conclusion is linked to the current tariff situation. Despite the challenges that transition brings, I'm looking forward to the opportunities that lie ahead. He's being very positive publicly. And he may be, positive all around. I don't know. I don't know the guy. But it says the conclusion is linked to the current tariff situation. Which myself I find a little odd because it's kind of just happened and it was 145%, which is basically an embargo. I believe that everyone pretty much just put all their shipments on hold to see how that played out. I can't imagine anyone shipping their toys over when it's 145% tariff. However, I do know that if your toys are already on the water, you were not charged that. The 145% did not count towards your shipment if it was already shipped and on the way here. It was only for new shipments. So I can't imagine they got hit with 145% tariff. It seems like it would have been a lot smarter just to hold the shipment back like a lot of companies have been doing. Delay their shipments to see how this all plays out. And of course, now it's dropped to a total of 30% tariff on Chinese imports, which is not a little bit. That's still a lot, right? I think it's way more manageable. It's actually manageable. 145% is not manageable. That's okay. We're out of business now, guys. If that were to continue. But I mean, I think on the same day this happened was when they announced the 30%, the negotiated 30% tariff on Chinese imports. So,
90-day pause.
Yeah, with a 90-day pause.
Yeah, this
which go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm not saying that this isn't what he was told or what the staff was told when they got laid off, but wasn't it like in summer of 23, Newcastle Entertainment pumped in like $25 million? Yeah. So
was that 23? I thought that was 24. It might have been 23.
Maybe it was 24. Yeah. I know it was during the summer.
25, somewhere around $25 million investment, and that's when you started to see things change.
Right.
Like you saw all of a sudden you saw turtles with double jointed elbows.
Right.
I mean, we did a whole show about how the Reddit posts with the rumors that Brian Flynn had lost final say in product at the company,
right,
because of these new investors.
Yeah. So to me, it just kind of feels like they've been having business operating problems for a while, maybe losing some money. I don't know if I would necessarily, looking outside the bubble if this is because of the tariffs.
I just don't see how this can be contributed to the tariffs. Maybe a little bit, because there was it was 40% or 50%, I believe, before it skyrocketed to 145%, right? But if they ship product out knowing they were going to be charged that just seems ridiculous to me. Like you hold it in China, because kind of everyone expected that this was just posturing and it was going to come down.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they put out a statement saying that even like in stock items, they were also going to slap that tariff charge on?
Yeah, we just did a show on that. Like,
Yeah.
well, they never said in stock items they were going to put a tariff surcharge on, but they did.
Mm-hmm.
They did it without saying they were going to, specifically, right? The statement that they put out said that all new pre-orders were going to be charged a tariff surcharge, but then it was also on in-stock items.
Right.
So that really rubbed people the wrong way. Like, what are you doing here? You weren't charged a tariff on these items that have been in stock for a long time, but you're charging me a surcharge for that. As the customer, it's like, hold on a minute, that doesn't make sense.
No.
Now, people, including us, theorize that they did that to kind of soften the blow across the board on new shipments, right? Well, if that was the plan, they should have just came out and said that in their statement they released. Because the way they did it seemed really sneaky.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, I agree with you. I just voiced what I think what's really happening. I think they are just not doing too well. And what does a business do when they're not doing too well? They get rid of the people that are making a pretty good salary. And unfortunately, it's the artists.
Yeah.
In this case,
right.
Most of the time, it's usually like the executives and like the higher ups, but privately owned company, not very big. Those guys are probably not going to lose their jobs.
Yeah, Judge Dredd says, what happened to if you don't like it, don't buy it? Well, the problem with that is companies don't survive if no one likes it, right? If no one's buying it because they don't like it, it's time to change course.
Yeah.
Maybe you should listen to people who are telling you for years that these are costing too much and the quality's gone down and you're making characters that are just out there. And I mean, they did The Simpsons and they never did the family, the main Simpson family in their regular looks.
Yeah. One of the things that I know that the collectors voiced their opinions and concerns about the Super 7 Ultimates line in particular is that they would give you like one core character a wave and then a lot of deep cuts, and they would spread out the core characters, and eventually, for like the Simpsons, they canceled the line and you didn't get the rest of those figures, of those core figures.
Right. They never did any of the core family for the Simpsons.
Yeah, I was actually I will admit I was actually gonna get the I did get a few of the Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a huge Dungeons and Dragons from the 80s stuff. And they only came out with 2 of the main characters, and It's canceled now, I think. So it's just not good planning.
Yep. Ayo Frankie says they seem to do terrible work on human sculpts, but they nail it with TMNT and other non-human sculpts. Still, the quality pisses me off, especially for $100. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, I'm a big wrestling fan, and they came out with a New Japan wrestling line, like Japanese wrestlers, which we were probably never going to get those wrestlers made by an American company ever again. And those sculpts were terrible. I don't know if you remembered them when we were on the Infinity Equation. I talked about how they're just not good at like real human likenesses.
You mean like Andre the Giant?
Yeah, like Andre the Giant, exactly.
I mean, like Frankie said, I've seen their turtle stuff in stores and it looks good, but then I've seen people opening them up and they're just floppy messes, So it's not what you want when you spend $55 on a 7-inch action figure.
Single jointed elbows, yeah.
Yeah. Lee Howell Bushman, what's up, man? He says just stopping by. With all the layoffs, I bet Brian doesn't have any plans to Eve that plush gated community. Leave. Doesn't have any plans to leave that plush gated community his multi-million-dollar house is in. Well, maybe not. Ryan in parentheses with the super chat. Thank you, sir. He says, as much as I hate Super Shitter, the Fantasia Mickey Mouse is a beautiful figure and box. Also, the Japanese Andre the Giant was pretty good too.
I had that Japanese Andre, and the Mattel one's better.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure they have. Like, I saw their Robin Hood from the Disney line. I saw that person. I thought it looked good. You know.
Yeah, that's another line that they canceled, right? The Disney.
That line failed. Yeah. Thanks for the super chat, Ryan. In parentheses. John Garrett says, LP, don't forget they cheaped out on packaging when they shipped their Cat Slayer, and several people had damage to their items.
There has been a lot of, yep.
I saw that. Mad Hatter was one of them. Yeah, he had a big hole punched in the side of it. Like there was no protection on this massive Cat Slayer. So maybe they had. To me, that seems like corner cutting to save cost, which I imagine might have cost them more in the long run if there was a bunch of damage. If they did the right thing and replace what was damaged. But that seems like a company's going to cut those corners when they're in trouble. And so, like I said, I think this all started before any tariffs, and I think it was going to go this way anyway. Robert's Infinite Realm says, what about Super 7 just leaving cabinets at Joe Fest, bought them and dropped them? I did see pictures claiming that.
Display cabinets?
They bought display cabinets from IKEA, and when they left the con, they left them on the show floor. That's what I've heard. I wasn't there, so that's not good.
No. Fiscally irresponsible.
Toy Kane says this is really going to affect the 13 or so people out there that collect Super 7. It doesn't seem like there's many of them if all this product is just being dropped to $10 a piece on $55 items. So anyway, there's an Instagram account called Action Figure Insider, and he made a post about the layoffs. He says, it is clear from what I have seen today and messages I have received that Super 7 had some significant layoffs today. These are a direct result of the current administration's asinine tariff policy hitting a medium/small business. Super 7 is a Walmart and Target. I don't think they're that small. I think they have they have the biggest licenses. They have the Disney license. I don't think they're that small. Maybe medium.
That could also be part of what's going on is, paying all this money for a lot of licensed stuff, right, and not getting the returns on it.
Yeah.
I remember Bobby told me that when part of the reasons for the layoffs when he was there last, it was the Power Rangers license that they overpaid for, didn't necessarily get strong returns on, and the failure of the sequels, the Star Wars sequel stuff. So those licenses, man.
Wait, they were making Star Wars sequel stuff?
Hasbro.
Oh, you're talking about Hasbro now. Okay.
Yeah. What I'm saying, to compare it to another toy company, when Hasbro bought the Power Rangers license from Saban, they paid a lot for it and didn't necessarily start making money on it right away, or something to that effect, and it affected. Therefore, they started laying off people, and then the sequel stuff from Star Wars not selling so well contributed to the layoffs. So, and what I'm saying is, like, Super 7 has a lot of, G.I. Joe, Transformers, which I think was also canceled, Disney, Simpsons, Thundercats, Silverhawks. They're all licensed stuff. Godzilla.
Action Figure Insider goes on. He says, I don't want to hear your defense of tariffs. I won't have it. This has affected many of my friends. If you come here with your pro-tariff drivel, it will be deleted. It is not welcome in this space. If you can't control yourself, you will be blocked. The purpose of this post is for networking. If you are in the industry and know of any job openings, or you're hiring a manager looking for people, let me know. Okay, that's great. I'm certainly not defending tariffs, or I'm not defending tariffs. I will say I don't think that Super 7 is going through this only because of the tariffs. In fact, I think that's a fraction of their problems based on what we've already seen tonight. And as you can see, this Action Figure Insider post was very popular. Got 302 comments before he shut off commenting. So someone hit me up and said, this guy's having a meltdown.
Hmm.
Right? I was like, oh man. So, again, no one's slamming any of these employees that got laid off. That's not good. We're not making fun of them.
Cobra Emperor in the chat said he counted the Super 7 licenses and they have 87.
That's a lot.
That's fucking crazy.
That's yeah. So anyway, I added this to my Instagram story, and I just said, read this and then be an adult and admit this wasn't because of the tariffs. I mean, everyone saw this coming. I followed up with, I'm not defending tariffs at the bottom there. I'm not defending tariffs. Right? Based on everything we've seen, everyone knew that Super 7 was in trouble. In fact, Action Figuratorium made a video 8 months ago predicting that Super 7 would go bankrupt. Now, I'm not saying they're bankrupt now. They haven't declared that as far as I know. But the writing has been on the wall for a long time. Maybe the tariffs were just the last nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I was surprised to see this because I don't follow Action Figure Insider. He doesn't follow me, and he's a huge account. He has tens of thousands of followers. But he actually messaged me. He says it was 100% about the tariffs.
Oh.
I disagree. I disagree. When there's smoke, there's fire. Alex, right? Alex Sanchez, illustrator?
Yep. Know all about that smoke.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Now, if the tariffs would have stayed at 145% and no one could get product into the States anymore, yeah, most toy companies, most collectible action figure companies would be gone very quickly. Right?
Yeah.
I uploaded a video the other day. It was a clip from the show. Bobby explaining how you can't just switch production overnight to a different country, or especially not to the United States. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen overnight. And even if you do get production started up in the States, it's going to take years.
Years, yeah. Something like 10 years.
And companies like Super 7 and Four Horsemen,
they can't sit around that long.
Yeah. You can't sit around that long. You can't. You're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, Hasbro Mattel could probably pivot and lean into digital content like Hasbro already wants to do. Hasbro wants to be a video game company. That's from the mouth of Chris Cox himself.
Yeah.
So, so there was a lot. I mean,
Hasbro doesn't want to do anything. They don't want to sell toys, even though
they don't want to. They don't want to manufacture.
Before that, they wanted to be a movie house. Now
Right.
they want to be stupid. Just shut up and make toys, man.
Yep. So true. I mentioned the clip that I uploaded of me and Bobby discussing switching production of toys to the United States or possibly another country. And True Grit Customs on Instagram shared it on Instagram. Just took a screenshot of the 3POA. There was that tariff fee on the in-stock item, and he just says this is really a super level of debaggery from Super 7, charging tariff surcharges for items already here in the U.S. for months that were not affected by the tariff. Really, Super 7? And I don't know why he did this, but Brian Flynn decided to comment on this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So he commented on it. And I'm not even going to say he's wrong. And, I'll just read what he said. But True Grit Customs, not like a huge account with tens and millions of followers. But Brian Flynn decided to comment on this. Okay, that's fine. He says it's quite simple, actually. If we use the tariff in full on a single item, the cost would jump immensely, making items much, much more expensive. But if we spread it out over all items evenly, we can make the increase smaller on everything. Me and Bobby posited this as a possibility on our show. We said, why weren't they upfront about that? They should have just said that, because now you got people like True Grit Customs and us that are like, this looks scummy. This doesn't look right. You're charging tariffs on in-stock items that weren't tariffed, right?
Yeah.
They should have just been upfront and said this from the beginning.
Yep.
He says this assumes some level of tariff reduction in the near future, though, and then it happened. As we saw, dropped to 30%, which is still a lot. I don't think prices are coming down. 30% is still a lot. You never saw prices based on 145% tariffs because that just doesn't exist. Toys don't come over here at that rate. He says, as a practical example, the tariff on an item that cost $5 would mean that item now costs $12.25. It says $5 cost plus $7.25 tariff, and if your retailer sells at 2x expense normal Keystone, that item goes from $5 to $10 retail to $12.25 to $24.50 retail. So $5 must be the production cost, which means retail would be $10, and he's saying that would raise it to $12.25 to $24.50 retail. Okay. He says, in spreading it overall in a smaller amount across all items, rather than just what is coming in today, that same item moves from $10 to $10.80, which seems much more sustainable for everyone for the time being. Great. Should have just put that on the website once again. Right. Considering the absolute insanity of the 145% tariff, the 8% we are doing at the moment is a fraction of that expense, but we are all hoping for some sort of resolution soon. I think everyone expected it. So there's his comment. He finishes with, the anger, though, should be directed to the unneeded tariff on an industry that has not had manufacturing stateside in over 50 years. I agree with him on this. Personally, I think toys should be exempt. They're not a necessity, right? There's no manufacturing here in the States. It's not coming back. He says, to make it clear, he says Star Wars Kenner figures were made in Hong Kong in 1978. To make it clear, the tariff has nothing to do with China and never will. It is charged as an expense to the American manufacturers when it hits the port. Point your outrage at the source of the crime, not the reporter. I don't know if anyone was outraged, but I mean, maybe. Well, yeah, but I mean, so I saw that, and of course, Alex, I have to respond to him.
I saw, yeah.
I have to. Let me back up. I have to respond to him. I said, down here at the bottom. I said, if it's that simple, then why not be upfront about it with the update you just sent out or on your websites? Frequently asked questions. Just state you're going to raise the price of non-tariffed items too. The way you did it seems incredibly dishonest, which, to be fair, is kind of the Super 7 / Brian Flynn brand at this point. And Alex, I got to tell you, he didn't respond to me.
No.
He didn't respond, Alex.
Yeah.
I don't blame
him.
He
can be very snippy.
Me?
No, he can.
Oh, yeah. Like, go back and look at the DMs, or not even the DMs, but just the conversations that him and Lyle Convoy have had. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, calm down, bro.
You know? No, I've seen enough interviews of him where he's just comes across kind of defensive whenever, collectors voice their concerns.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Okay. So that's where I'm at with it. I think whatever tariffs they did actually pay were just one nail among many nails in a very large coffin. Could this be the end of Super 7, Alex? What do you think? Now, I'm hearing that this bloodbath left them with 3 employees. And I don't listen. Uh-huh. I heard they had 124 and I don't know. Who knows if that's true? It could be hyperbole, probably hyperbole, but it's hard to tell. I got this comment, and I don't know who this is. I don't know if there's someone in the know or what. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I'm going to bring it up.
Okay.
Because it sounds like they're in the know, but you never know. They could just be no one. Mm-hmm. They could just be popping off at the mouth and know nothing. But this was on one of our videos, Pedalist49. Now, I did respond to him and said, hey, come on the show. Let's talk about it if you know something. Pedalist49 says about the layoffs, This is all Brian's call. He ran that company into the ground. That's why they fired all but like 3 people today. This is good for the industry to have shitty companies go under, but bad for talented staff. It almost sounds like this is someone that got laid off and they're pissed. This is a public comment too, by the way. This is not a DM. This was on a video on my YouTube channel. He says oh shit, hold on. They cut salary for all workers by 20%, and they told workers not to work on Fridays. Now, that's a new piece of information I haven't heard anywhere except here. And like I said, grain of salt with this comment. This person has not responded to me yet. So they got a pay cut by 20% and they told them don't work on Friday. So that's a huge pay cut. 20%, and then you're losing a whole day of work. That's a lot, Alex.
It is. I just the whole
get in the bread line.
Yeah, it's the whole all but 3 remaining staff.
That's why I say if this is real, that's probably hyperbole.
Mm. Yeah.
Do you know what that word means? Is that too big for you?
No, I get it.
Okay. He goes on to say also that $24 million investment they received went to improve conditions on their factories in Vietnam. Basically, they have shitty sculpts, shitty quality control, shitty paint jobs, shitty walk. The list goes on. You like shitty beef? I've been in meetings where sculptors give Brian awesome sculpts, and he forces sculptors to remove detail.
Wow, this
sounds like an employee, unless they're just making this up. I don't know.
Yeah.
He forces sculptors to remove detail, simplify it to resemble toys he collected in the 70s, but charges 2020 toy prices for shit quality. If you still buy Super 7, you like being robbed. Ayo, Frankie. He didn't, but Ayo, Frankie, that was my addition to the... Mm-hmm. But that's his comment. I did drop a heart on it. Thank you. I would love to talk to this person. I don't know if you saw that I responded to your comment, but if you have an open invite on this show, just you can email me, DM me on Instagram, Pedalist49. I would love to know more if you can, and if you can't, I understand too. But yeah, so who knows, man? Who knows?
Sounds like an angry ex-employee. That's so funny. He's like, shitty this, shitty that.
Shitty beef, a shitty walk. J-Max says he's fluent in hyperbole. 439 watching. Holy hell. On a Wednesday? Please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't know about that 3 staffers left thing. I mean, don't they have like 2 retail stores? Like one in San Francisco and one somewhere else?
Sure. Yeah, I know they have one in San Francisco. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, those stores would be affected. Like, I'm sure they would close down. And like, didn't they just move to like a new office like a year or 2 ago?
It's been more than a year or 2. But yeah, apparently, from what I'm told, a very expensive office in a very expensive part of San Francisco, which is already ridiculously expensive.
And what kind of influence and say-so does the Newcastle investors have? You know, like how much of this is they're doing?
I couldn't say, Alex. I don't work there.
Yeah. Well, let's get Pedal 49 on.
Yeah, we need Pedalist 49. Let me get back to the chat here, and then I got a few more things to show. Let's see here. Cobra Emperor says, think if Super 7 had 8 containers costing 11,000 grand or more, then you're screwed. A lot of people got screwed on that 17,000 more for containers. Okay. House Hendo says, COVID was used to great effect. I'm sure they thought they could surf these tariffs the same way. Bad tactics in QC. Terrible combo. And just a overall bad reputation online because of that. And I feel like the damage control they tried to do just made it worse. Like, it wasn't good damage control.
Yeah, they he himself is not good at damage control. He makes it worse.
No. I mean, I showed that on Toy Community episode 2, or was it episode 1? It was episode 1, Toy Community episode 1 on this channel. Go back and look. His damage control was horrible, and he just, in my opinion, I have to say that, in my opinion, he was lying through his teeth. But watch Toy Community episode 1 on this channel, and you can decide for yourself. Omar V says that Silverhawks debacle doesn't get brought up enough. They get no pity from me.
Oh, the Primer Hawks thing?
The Primer Hawks, and him saying that they would never do
Yeah.
They would never do vac metallized. It was too expensive, couldn't be done. And then they did it after everyone that wanted Silverhawks bought their Primer Hawks. Then they did vac metallized, and they cost like $20 more.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was that looks so bad. Even Pixel Dan interviewing Brian Flynn was like, "Really, dude?"
Yeah.
You know, kind of like Foam Formers. Thanks for the super chat, man. He says Orange Man is the scapegoat, while bad business with the communist government is acceptable. No thanks, FU, CCP, and anyone not for America prosperity. That is a super chat that I had to read. Thank you, Foam Formers. I appreciate you for your political opinion. Let's see here. Jersey Maniac. He says they laid off the guy who designed the Cat Slayer before it was shown. They are an unsuccessful company, plain and simple.
Really?
Yeah. Let me take this down. I just want to get to something here. Like this was in their Instagram stories. I think it's in their Instagram stories right now, and this just blows my mind that this is like their motto. It says, "We grew up with giant monsters, comic books, punk, science fiction, skateboarding, robots, and rebellion. No one made what we wanted, so we made it ourselves." Brian has been on record saying, people ask me to make this and this and this, but that's not what I want to make. I want to make this. Make what the people want. The people want to give you money. Make what they want, not what you want. Doesn't that make more sense, Alex?
It does. I mean, but I'm not surprised that that's his attitude because, you know, in modern articulation, he's always been so against it, even more so than Toddy Mac.
Yeah, I mean, maybe no one made what you wanted, Brian, because they knew it wouldn't sell. And they wanted to be a profitable company. Maybe. What do I know? I'm not a businessman, Alex. I'm just some baboon on the frickin' internet talking into a microphone. Don't say Say no, Ryan. You're not a baboon. You're a nice,
you're not a baboon.
You're a nice fella. That's what you say. I thought we were friends.
I just saw a baboon yesterday at the zoo.
Oh my God. Did he have red cheeks?
No, he had a red nose though.
Oh, so it wasn't the red cheek baboon?
No.
Some say that baboons have red cheeks from being clapped too much. Okay. John Garrett says he turned off comments since you took that screenshot, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed that. Thank you, John. Maximilian Tucker says, I wonder what happened with their $25 million loan. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
Was it
man.
a loan or was it an investment?
No, it was an investment. Yeah. Hal Jordan says, those bastards better not go under before I can get the stupid Snarf and Twins figures to complete my stupid Thundercats. That was something that Mad Hatter was bringing up. He's like, are we going to get our stuff? Are these pre-orders ever going to come in? Are they going to finish this line and that line? I mean, are they done? Are they going under?
Well, I mean, the Twins, I think, were released before, and these are just re-releases, so they have everything done. They just have to, distribute them.
Mrs. LP says it's probably more about spending issues such as high cost of office space, rent, and maintenance. Likely a contributing factor. Logan Wood, member for 19 months. Thank you, Logan. He says, member for 19 months, and all I got was this lousy milestone chat. Cheers, fella. Cheers to you, Logan. Thank you. Jim Smith says Hasbro reopened pre-orders at old prices after the renegotiated tariffs. Yes. Yes, they did. I was surprised to see that, actually. House Hendo says tariffs can literally change by the hour. They definitely rushed this, knowing they wouldn't get a better opportunity to pull this, in my opinion. It seems like this was an opportunity of convenience. They can point the finger, their finger at 145% and say, this is why we had to do it, guys, not because of horrible business decisions the past 5 years, at least.
Yeah, I'm just convinced that this mostly has nothing to do with the tariffs and more to do with poor business spending practices.
Yeah. Robert's Infinite Realm says Flynn never said the spreading the tariffs out excuse until others said it as supposition. Exactly. He waited for his supporters to come up with the excuse. I firmly believe that. Like their Paige shill.
That dude that you made a video response to. Yeah.
Yes, like their Paige shill, Kaiju Canuck.
That he said. Yeah. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I just wanted to say Paige shill, Kaiju Canuck, made that video in response to us. But I did a video on that already. You guys can go watch that. Yeah. How about that, huh?
How about that?
Supposition. That's a good word, Robert. Good job. Matthew Blair. Even if Super 7 was open and honest about their pricing plan, customers would have still been pissed off. Possibly, but it wouldn't have looked dishonest. The way they did it looked dishonest. Like they were counting on their customers not understanding how tariffs worked or what was and wasn't tariffed. That's the way it seemed to a lot of people. Yeah, everyone is going to be upset when prices go up. I think most of us would be understanding with some price increases with with tariffs imposed. But the way they did it didn't look good.
Yeah, and then perception is reality.
Yes. Northern Nomad, better off letting them fire you and getting unemployment. Yeah. I wonder what employment's like in California. I don't know. Or is it the same everywhere? Who knows? I don't know. And then Matthew Mahler, Brian Flynn on Super 7's page says he owns Hybrid Design, whose website claims is a woman-owned business.
I don't even know what that means.
I think he's in business with his wife, though. So I think they're like maybe that's what that means. Thank you, Matthew. And then Eric Alfred Abel with the Super Chat. Thank you. Looks like Super 7 got doged. They got self-doged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jeremy Jernigan, thanks for the Super Chat. $25 million won't cover 3 months rent in San Francisco. Jeez, probably not. Thank you, sir. So they also posted this in their Instagram stories. Ask us anything. Super 7 is back to answer more questions. So it says, don't forget to ask your questions in the comments. Answers coming later this month. So if you want to ask about this, you can do that. They are open to questions. No promises that yours get answered, though.
They're not going to answer the tough questions.
Probably not the tough questions.
I've seen them do that before.
And then Toy Gain sent this to me. He's like, did you see that right after they laid off a bunch of employees, they announced a super duper plush, super soft, super huggable, a new line of toys, plush toys. Look, guys.
What? It's just, why would they do that? It's like, who's going to buy that?
That's what I'm saying.
What adult male collector is going to buy that? Because that's who their consumers are.
No one wants plush unless you watch certain YouTubers that shit on Star Wars and every Disney property as a career and sell plushies of themselves.
Oh, I don't know who you're talking about, but
come on, like Nerdrotic and those guys, they all make plushies of themselves and then sell them.
I've never seen a Nerdrotic
show. Who wants that? Like, what do you? If you're a grown man buying that, like, you're weird, dude. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. This just seems like another bad decision.
Bad decision,
in a line of super bad decisions. Yeah. So that is the Super 7 story as it stands right now. Any final thoughts Alex, before we move on?
No, I think it's all been laid out for everyone.
It's all been done. Remember that song?
Yeah, I do. No,
Blues
actually,
Traveler.
no. Blues. Oh gosh, no, I don't listen to them.
Remember he was huge and then he got small and then he got huge again?
He got huge again because he got the stomach staple procedure. I didn't know he
I don't
got
know.
huge again.
I don't know. They had a killer bass player, though. All right. Toy news. Toy news. And just because Alex is here, we're going to do some hot toys news. This is cool. I wish this was in
It
112, man. This is
Why do
not
you
my
just say
scale. This is
Come
too
on.
much shelf real estate. The freaking.
It's a good like standalone piece for you.
No, my standalone piece is going to be the Christopher
Christopher
Reeve
Reeve.
from In
Yeah.
Art. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be, baby.
Yeah, this
yeah.
is off Revenge of the Sith. I wonder how much of his suit can come off, or maybe it's just a helmet.
Why do you want Darth Vader nude?
Well, because remember, not nude, dum. He had like the metal diaper, and then you could. I was hoping you could detach one of his legs is missing or burnt off, and then he was crispy upper torso. That would be a cool little detail to have with this toy. But I think it's just the helmet comes off. But I'm getting this.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to get this one? You're going to dedicate that much shelf space?
Yeah. Yeah, I got space.
Are you going to stand him up next to it so he can say, no?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
like in the theater, because me and my boy went and saw Revenge of the Sith in the
I did.
theater, when
Yeah.
they re-released it.
Oh,
And,
just recently.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I mean, I loved every minute of it. I love Revenge of the Sith.
You will
But
not.
when he gets up,
remember
by the
that?
way, that whole scene
Yeah.
is all Frankenstein.
Uh,
That's right out of
Yeah.
Frankenstein. When he gets up and no,
And he takes the
and he's
big Frankenstein
he's doing the
steps.
Frankenstein walk.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of looked at each other, kind of like,
Yeah.
like that's really silly right there. But
The dialogue in the last third of the movie is not good.
it has Revenge of the Sith has some of the worst dialogue and some of the best.
Mm.
Ewan McGregor's lines during the battle are cool, but Hayden's are bad.
Oh, they're so bad.
In my opinion, the Jedi are evil.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
You will not take her
Oh.
from me.
Yeah. And then what's the other really bad one?
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Did you
From
just say
my that, and then he says something else that's just ridiculous. But the one of the best scenes in the trilogy is when he's talking to Palpatine in the opera.
There's so much that you can extrapolate from that, which kind of connects the entire Sith mythology
Yeah.
in the canon just from that one little opera scene.
No, I'm so in love with you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blake. Let's see here. It's got a super chat. Logan Wood says neurotic just got astray. I love the show. Yeah, there's more. Okay, so Darth Vader. Now they actually got him right because Hayden looked weird in the suit. He looked too skinny, and this looks
Big
too
head.
skinny to me.
Mm.
Like apparently Darth Vader had a little too many space nuggies over the years, and he bulked up by the time A New Hope came out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Needs to be drinking that blue milk light.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's definitely the symmetrical helmet Revenge of the Sith Vader right there. And then a new Commander Cody. They've done Cody before.
Yeah,
right?
I have him. I don't know what the difference is other than the hologram pieces, maybe.
Black
Oh.
Series did the same thing. They re-released Cody with the hologram.
Yeah, no, this one has two interchangeable helmets.
Okay. Oh, Phase 1 and Phase 2. Yep.
Right. Which can you tell the difference between phase 1 and phase 2?
Oh yeah.
You can?
Phase 2 has the two little breather
Oh,
things.
it's got the fin. Phase 1,
yeah,
I guess, right?
and then Phase 1 comes to a point. I mean, they're very different.
But is it that important to re-release this thing?
Well, you could have Episode 2 era, or actually, I think Clone Wars era, and then Revenge of the Sith.
All right, man.
I would say if I already had the Phase 2 Cody
Mhm.
from Revenge of the Sith, I would not buy this.
Mm.
This would not, even as a Black Series collector, like this, it would not interest me.
Yeah, I think the first release is Phase 1. I think. I can't see
Did
it from here.
the Tamira Morrison sculpt look good on
Yep.
yours?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. You got the jetpack thing on yours?
Yeah. I can't see it from here, but I think so.
Okay. And then the Airborne
do
Trooper,
that
which has a really cool, unique helmet design.
Yeah. Yeah. This is this based was this in like episode 3 or something?
Yeah, this is the guy
Fun.
that shot these are the guys that shot Kiadi Mundi.
Oh, okay.
Remember he
Okay.
went down with the rifle and
Yeah.
all
He
his
got
buddies were shooting him, and
surrounded.
then Kiadi Mundi with this
Yeah,
big
yeah,
phallic head. You know.
yeah. For some reason, I thought it was like a video game because they've been releasing a lot of the Hot Toys, a lot of the video game characters.
Oh wait, no, I think I'm confusing this with a different one. An even different clone helmet. Maybe this is video game. I don't know.
No, it would say it in the description.
Well, I don't have a description. I rely on
No,
the
I
chat
would
to
say
tell me
it
everything.
right there in that graphic that you're showing. It would say if it was.
What graphic? Down here?
Like it would say like doesn't it have the Hot Toys number? Yeah,
It says
looks,
movie masterpiece. It's from the
it look-
movie.
yeah, it looks like it's just an MMS movie masterpiece figure, so it's based on a movie. If it was based on a video game, I think it would say VGM video game. Short
Okay.
film.
The Galactic Marines got Mundi on Megiddo.
Okay.
So this was when they turned on Obi-Wan, so he was
Obi-Wan,
part of
okay.
Cody's crew? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Drew G. All right. And then we got a Chopper in disguise and BD-1 in disguise.
Is this from Ahsoka?
No, this is from Rebels. And I believe BD-1 is from Jedi Survivor.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, it's
This will sell though because people love droids, man. Droids
Yeah.
sell out.
yeah, easy repaints for them, right?
Mhm.
Airborne helmet is reused for Purge Troopers and Jedi Fallen Order, says Suka. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
English, Laser Pants, do you speak it? That's what Kaiju Daddy says. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
Did I say something wrong?
I don't think so.
But then episode 2 Obi-Wan, the face sculpt looks soft, dude. That is
No, it looks good.
no, it doesn't.
Come on, you stop it.
No,
This looks
that doesn't
great.
look good.
This is the artisan edition. It's got the real hair.
This would look good if it
Real
was a
hair.
Black Series figure. This does not look like Hot Toy quality. It's bad.
Come on.
No,
You
Hot Toys suck.
The thing is, I would much rather prefer Padawan Episode 1 Obi-Wan Kenobi, which they teased when Qui-Gon came out and some of the photos shoot stuff. But I think it's cool that he comes with that little droid that he was hanging off of at the beginning of the movie. When
Yeah.
they were chasing that what's her name?
A
Zam Wesell.
Coruscant?
Yeah.
They're chasing the bounty hunter that was hired by a bounty hunter
Yeah.
who was hired by Count Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Layers, man. There's layers.
Robert's Infinite Realm says, oh, I got to get down to the bottom. Wow.
Space Jesus. Leave him alone.
Leave Space Jesus alone. Yeah, it looks like he got stung by a bee. Yeah, his face doesn't look right.
No.
Looks a little swollen. Looks like he has some swollen glands. Alex,
Good.
looks like trash for Hot Toys.
No.
You're not going to buy this. You got better taste
Not
than
this
this, don't you?
one. I'll get the regular edition, not the artisan.
Okay. You don't like the rooted hair?
I do.
He's
I'm
kind of got
not-
the same hair as you.
Yeah. I just don't
See?
Yeah, give me a close up.
Alex Juan Kenobi.
Yeah. I just I'm gonna be very picky with my artisan editions because you're gonna pay about $100-$200 more than a regular Hot Toys.
Wow. 200 more for rooted hair?
I think regular editions, like that regular edition Joker, and Kaiju Daddy, correct me if I'm wrong, he would know more. I think he went for like $325, $350, and then The artisan edition was like 500, 510, something
Jeez.
like that.
Robert Diaz says Alex would rather buy bad movie posters than
I
buy
was
this.
waiting at the very
Yes.
beginning of the show. I was gonna say, "Where's Robert with his?" Drew
He
Struzan
got you. He got you good.
his zinger.
All right. And then, okay, that's... So there was other news from Kaiju Daddy, but since he didn't invite me on his show, I'm going to wait to talk about that on Saturday's show with Yojo Jerk, Toy Gaines, and Zakanen. But for now, Drew G wants to know what we thought of the Superman trailer that dropped today.
I saw it. You made me watch it.
And?
Okay, I'll say it looks like it has some of that James Gunn kind of zaniness that he, comedic elements that he always puts in all his movies. And I just don't think it's appropriate for Superman.
It doesn't. It looks very, very busy. There's so many characters in it.
There are.
I kind of feel overwhelmed, and I feel like they're rushing it again, just like they did with the Snyderverse. They went straight from Man of Steel to Batman versus Superman, and also Doomsday and the Death of Superman, and everything in one movie. And Wonder Woman shows up, and get it all out there, and then Aquaman, and it was all. It's like give each character their movie, let it breathe, and then bring it together, just like the MCU did. I just feel like throwing in the Justice Society, or with Guy Gardner.
Yeah, JSA. Yeah, Justice Society. Mr. Terrific.
The JSA, Max Lord, Metamorpho, Lex Luthor. There's
Gardner?
so much. Yeah, there's so much going on. It's like
The dog. Are you a fan of the super? What's this?
I like Crypto. I like Crypto. Crypto's cool. Did you ever draw Superman for DC?
I actually drew Superman when I was doing JSA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he made an appearance or two.
And what? I'm sure the Superman you drew had a much better suit than the thing.
It was a traditional Superman suit.
Yeah, see that? Why just go traditional? You don't need.
It's baggy, isn't it?
It looks bad, and with the collar, the New 52 collar. Ugh.
Yeah, and you remember the part in the trailer where she's like, "I'm interviewing you as Superman now," and like his response, like he gets angry right away, or I mean, it's a trailer, of course. I'm sure it's, but the way he was responding to me wasn't very Supermanish.
Yeah, not at all. Like, and look at because Lois Lane interviewed Superman in the Christopher Reeve movie. Look at how Christopher Reeve embodied the character so well. Like, I feel bad for anyone who ever has to follow that up. And granted, I liked Henry Cavill a lot, but he's still not Christopher Reeve, man. No. Anyway, I am going to watch the movie in theater opening weekend, and I'm going to go in with an open mind for sure. But I'm not super excited based on what I've seen so far. Yeah, no. And I'm not saying that as someone who loves the Snyderverse, because I don't. I appreciate the Snyderverse for what it is. That's not my Superman. The best thing about the Snyderverse to me was Batfleck. Yeah,
the Snyder cut of Justice League was good, man. Completely different movie from what was released theatrically.
It wasn't that different. It was just a lot longer. And they improved Steppenwolf, and Darkseid was cool. Darkseid was awesome. Steppenwolf was cool. I liked all that, new apocalypse stuff.
They made Cyborg a little bit more important.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was overstuffed and all these long panning shots to establish a scene that, like, they went on forever. Like, look at the mountains, slow pan, and then Aquaman coming out of the water, like super slow motion. Like,
that's Scott Snyder. Half of his movies are in slow motion.
Zack Snyder.
Is that what I said?
No, you said Scott.
Scott Snyder's a comic book writer.
Yeah. I've done that same thing before. We got a super chat from Jeremy J. Thank you. He says Superman's collarbones should always be visible. The high collar New 52 is, and then they got the long sleeves that kind of go over the top of his hand. I hate that. Oh, it's so it's gross.
He's got his undies back though, right?
He's got his undies back. They're a little too big. The trunks are too big. Like the Christopher Reeve suit was perfect. They could have just updated a few things about that and gone with that. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do, Alex. Even the Cavill suit was 10 times better than this new one. I don't like it. But I hope the movie's good. I hope I really like it. I hope it changes my life for the better.
Well, I mean, for the most part, would you agree or disagree that James Gunn, quality-wise, makes pretty good movies?
I like his Guardians movie. I like all 3 Guardians movies. What else?
I thought Suicide Squad was pretty good.
Okay. I like to see superhero movies that I can take my kid to, which I can now. He's 15. You know, I took him to see Deadpool. But you know, it was fine. Maybe I should rewatch Suicide Squad 2 because I haven't watched it since it came out. I watched it one time. Well,
same.
But I don't hate James Gunn. I don't hate his movies, the ones that I've seen. So I hope Superman's good. The trailer didn't do much for me.
Yeah. I'll wait for you to tell me if I should watch it or not.
Okay.
I'll take your word.
And with that, we are out of time. Alex, what do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug? Tell the audience about?
Yeah, just issue 4 of 5 for my horror miniseries through Mad Cave Studios called Crush Depth. And I can announce now that I will be doing a Flash Gordon Ming-centric miniseries, 4 issues.
Very cool.
I will start working on that very soon within the next week. And first issue should be out in about 3-4 months.
And who is that for?
Mad Cave.
IDW?
They own the license, Mad Cave Studios.
Awesome, man. That's really cool. When you get comps, I'll take one of each signed, please. Thank you. Are you doing covers and interiors on all of them?
I believe so. Although, if anything, I'll probably, if I don't do the main covers, maybe I'll do like the exclusive covers. Because I can't remember if they promised me the covers or not. I should ask about that.
Maybe you just put in a very subtle, like little 3POA Easter egg in one of them.
Oh yeah, I could do that. I can draw you as a background character. You want that?
Help.
Yeah.
You know how narcissistic I am. Of course I do.
I did that.
Okay.
Although I haven't done it in many, many years, I always put one of my friends in as a background character. Always.
It would mean the world to me. I'll come help you move. I'll come help you move out of Manhattan and move to upstate or wherever you're going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you're cheap labor.
Yeah. I mean, you got to pay for my flight, but other than that, I mean, I'll come help you move. All right. Yeah. Saturday with the Raw Dogs, Jerk, Gaines, and Zakanen. It's going to be a fun show. And then channel members right after that show, trivia night, channel member exclusive after show. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much, everybody. Alex, sign us out and be witty and funny and offensive.
Peace out, bitches.